Hey YouTube, it's Manny. As some of you know, I actually have a wall-mounted PC, so I ran all my cables from here all the way around the wall, back to the thing. My USB cables go about 20 feet or so like that, possibly 25 feet or so. One thing I was having problems with was my mouse. Specifically on, if you guys know my channel at all, I'm a big Division 2 player. And that game, for some reason, my mouse kept on connecting and disconnecting. You'd hear that USB, ba-doing, ba-doing, whatever it is, as it's connecting, disconnecting. It would go off for a little while, and it was probably because of the length of the cable. I don't know why that was the only game causing the problem. I'd play Lost Ark, no issues at all. So I'd have to run another cable from here right across, like a 6-foot cable, 5-6 foot cable, I don't remember how big it is, and it would be fine. So one of the suggestions was go wireless. And I thought, what a great idea. I also have a GMK from Glorious to GMK Pro, white one. So I decided, why not go get the Glorious Model D mouse? And that's what we picked up. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this. We're going to set it up. I'm going to go over the mouse a little bit, and then I'll show you the software and stuff like that. So, all right, let's get to the video. All right, now for the unboxing, this is the box. This is the Model D wireless mouse. All right, so it's a nice box and stuff. Obviously, all the description in the back. We got 2 safety seals we got to break here. We'll just cut them real quick. That box cutter. And then open it up. There we have it. Just a plastic cover in here to shape the mouse. Here's the mouse itself. That is a light. This thing weighs nothing. This absolutely weighs nothing. I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not. So that's the mouse. We'll get a better look at it in a minute. Let's see what else is in here. So there's obviously a cover, and this is there's a USB dongle for it. This is a charging cable for the mouse itself. All right. So it has a locking mechanism on it. It obviously fits in the mouse somewhere. We'll figure that out. I'm not sure what orange is. It's probably just Glorious's version of it. It's probably USB 2. Yes, there's only 4 USB 2. There's only 4 lines in there. In here you get some mouse pads, I guess replacements for the bottom. Or if you want to change them, I'm not really sure. I'll take a closer look at that afterwards. UK sticker. Silica. Then you have a warranty card or something. PC gaming rights. Oh, 2 silica packs. Just quick start guide, then your instructions and everything like that. So that's what we get in there. Now let's take a closer look at the mouse. Alright, so here's a closer look at the Model D. This is a 6-button mouse. It weighs 69 grams, they say. Now on the bottom you can see there's a power button here. This is a little red on the bottom. We're going to flick this down to turn it on. We'd already plugged it in. DPI light lights up. And we're presented with some LEDs. So you got LEDs running down one side and the other, plus the trackball. It's a 6-button mouse. The Model D versus the Model O. This one's a right-handed mouse. The Model O is an ambidextrous mouse, left hand, right hand. I'm right-handed. I never use my left hand, so I got the Model D. They're about the same size, roughly. This one just has a slight curve to it to fit right-handed, to make it feel better. It's a good size mouse. It's a little taller than I've had before, and you gotta be careful about that because you don't want your hand to be too high up. That's when you end up getting carpal tunnel and stressing on the ligaments. You want to have more flat. Now this is about the same size. I was using a Razer Death Adder, which I happen to have right here still. It is roughly the same size mouse. It's almost the same shape too as well. So that's actually pretty good for me. So I always like this mouse. I think it actually might. It's about the same feel. The finger indents on the buttons are actually a little bit nicer on the Death Adder than these. This one's a little flatter on top. They still have a concave feel to them. The scroll wheels are like identical. It feels the same. The Death Adder has 2 buttons for the DPI settings, like up and down. This just has 1 to cycle through it. You have the 2 thumb buttons on the side. They're located about the same spot. Yeah, about the same spot. So all in all, I've used it for a couple days now. Do I love it? It's a good mouse. Do I hate it? No, it's a good mouse. It's honestly, I feel like it's no different than Death Adder. The Death Adder is a lot heavier. It's a lot heavier. This is a lot lighter. I don't know how that's going to be. Is the lightness really going to make that much of a difference? I honestly can't tell you yet. I only use it over the weekend. Actually, I only use it Sunday. I use it 2 nights. I've used it 2 nights now. I like it. It's decent. You do have to have a cord standby to plug it in anyway, so because you have to charge it. So that is that. So that's the mouse. I enjoy it. Now let's get into the software. All right, so in order to configure the Glorious Model D mouse, we actually have to go to download the Glorious core software. Now, I do have the GMMK Pro keyboard, but I downloaded it once. I wasn't that crazy about it, so I haven't used it. I've been told it's much better now, so let's go ahead and do this anyway, because part of it is I want to monitor my mouse's battery life. My keyboard is plugged in, so I don't have to worry about that. But my mouse is going to be wireless, so I want to make sure I monitor the battery life. So we're going to have this install this product. So once you go here, you go to the support page. It takes you right to the support page, and you're going to choose your product category. We're going to go mice. Now down here, we get to choose which one we have, Model D. It doesn't really matter because this is just a quick start guide for this. We did the unboxing, what's in the box. We went through that. And then, setup tells you basically what you need to do, Windows 7 Plus, Mac OS Linux. And then we're going to download the core software. Click this, and you can go through and look at different things, but we're simply going to download version 1024 beta. So it's still in beta. It's not even alpha. We're going to save this to our downloads directory. And then once it's done installed, we'll open the zip file. We will double click it and run the installer. Now, it says Windows doesn't recognize it. We're going to do more info here. And it says publishers unknown. It'd be nice if they registered it with Windows, but that's okay. Run anyways. Accept the agreement. Next. I'm going to store it in C folder as Glorious in the start. Install. All right, when it first starts up, it says it takes a few seconds. It's actually going to discover the devices. For me, it should find my GMK Pro plus the mouse, and it found both of them. All right. So you have the keyboard. We're not going over that right now. I've done that in another video. And we're going to go over the mouse. So you can see it says 74% battery life. I hope it notifies me when, I'm not sure if it's going to do this when the battery gets low. Let's take a quick look at the settings. Start up on launch, minimize on launch. We want to minimize on launch by default. We don't want a window popping up. Language English, tooltips, sure. Version, automatic check for updates. We will do that. And then we have over here for Glory. This is actually a link to their website. This will bring up their website. Actually, I don't need the quick shortcuts. And this is the homepage with the 2 products. And then you can actually choose the individual projects themselves. So we're going to go with the Model D. And we have profiles. So I believe they give you 3 profiles. Yeah, you have 3 profiles to save. I'm not going to bother with it. I'm not going to save multiple profiles. Lighting, I never mess with. I actually like the rainbow effect they have, the seamless breathing RGB version of it. My keyboard does the same as my mouse. I actually enjoy it, so I'm going to leave that. But you do have the option to change things like breathing, single color, so it would just go in and out one color, tail, rave, wave. You can just turn it off. That would actually save your battery life. I'll leave mine on. I don't really care. All right, next thing is key bindings. So you can change what they do in here, or you can also... So you say if you want to go left mouse button, right mouse button, but this is a right-handed mouse anyway because you don't have keys on the right-hand side. They're only on the left. So you can change what the mouse buttons do. You also have, and I will play with this at some point, but not right now, macros. I'll do this at some point. I always do mess around with macros. I might do it just on the keyboard instead of the mouse, but I use the Synapse software, and I use this oftentimes when I'm doing certain games, like grindy games that you have to purchase a whole bunch of things and sell things. I always use the macros for that. All right, then the important one, performance. Now, this is important. This is the DPI stage settings. Typically, I'm not a competitive gamer, so I'm going to leave all this stuff the same. However, I do not need 4 DPI settings. I don't think you can get rid of 4 of them. I only use 2. Typically, I use 1000 and I use 400. Those are the only settings I use. So I'm going to set 2 of these to 1000, 2 of these to 400. Those are the only 2 DPI settings I use. If I'm playing, most of the time it's at 1000. If I'm playing a game where I need to snipe or get something close, I'll actually hit my DPI setting and put it to 400. which gives me a little more fine tuning. However, I wish I could actually get rid of 2 of these and only keep 2. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be. So you can change the colors. I'm not sure what the colors are for, where they are represented, because they're not represented on the mouse themselves unless in the lighting. Hey, let's save this actually. In the lighting, it's on 400 now. In the lighting, if there's a way to actually set it to wave, tail, rave, breathing, single color, single color, single color. No, it doesn't seem like it. We'll leave it on seamless breathing, RGB. That's one I like. But I'm not sure, like, you have these 4 colors, what these colors represent. Is there somewhere it shows this, which color it is? Like, I don't see it on the mouse itself. There is no, it doesn't change the RGB colors to be that color. So I'm not sure. But that's basically it for the performance. How do I close? Oh, there you go. So you just click off of it somewhere. So you just, clicking it again doesn't do anything. But if I click off this screen, so even clicking here doesn't shut that off. Click over here, and it will turn it off. Polling rate, so you know, lift off distance, it gives you, tells you exactly what it is, how high off the mouse pad before it stops tracking the sensor to work. Debounce timer, this is how delaying the clicking, like how quick you can click it. We got 10 milliseconds, 1 millimeter, and then polling rate is 1,000. Like I said, I'm gonna leave this at 1,000 and call it a day. I wish I could get rid of 2 of these. I only want 2. So, Glorious, if you ever listened to this, give us an ability to remove DPI stages. All right, unless there is in here and I just don't know how to remove them, because I don't see, like, if you click on it, is there a way to delete it, this one, or there's nothing in here that says delete. So, all right, that's the software. All right, so that's all I have for you on the mouse. Although I do want to say one last thing, the honeycomb on the back of it, the one thing I'm concerned with is obviously mice are not waterproof, but I am concerned about how open the back is. In other words, like, as I'm playing, you're going to have dead skin and stuff. That's what happens. That's how dirt forms. It's all going to fall inside the honeycomb. So I don't know how... You can see the PCB board right through that. If I spill water, a regular mouse, yeah, it's not, they're not waterproof, but it won't go right through. This will actually hit the PCB board and probably short it out. I don't know how resistant it is, but you can see the black PCB board right inside there. So that's one concern. I almost wish the top was fully covered. The bottom could be open like that. I think it's fine, but the top, with your hand resting on it with all your gunk falling off your... dead skin and stuff falling off, could be a problem later on. I don't know. Well, I'll keep you guys posted on that. I do enjoy the mouse. It moves fine. I just have a cheap old mouse pad. Maybe a smoother one would be better. I don't know. And that's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button below. Also, you can leave any comments. I'll do my best to answer any questions you have on the mouse. And if you'd like to see more content like this, obviously smash that subscribe button. You can also follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniarchity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I go a little earlier, sometimes a little later, depends on what the kids are doing. And I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Till next time, YouTube, take it easy.